A lot of people make a really big mistake when they buy a fixer-upper because they don't understand the math, they don't have good guidance, and they don't know what they're doing. This was me when I bought my first house, which was a fixer-upper. I thought, hey, buy a piece of real estate. It's a fixer-upper. Somehow I make money. I didn't understand the math. I definitely got burned. I don't want that to happen to you, so check out this video. First thing I'll say is I'm an engineer, so I really love math, so apologize for that in advance. But I want to make sure that you make money because money is math. And if you do the math wrong, you really can get burned. The main thing is we want to buy it right, know how much we're going to renovate it for, and then we should have a profit because it's worth this much. So I'm going to show you how to figure out how much it's worth. I'm going to show you how to figure out how much the renovation is going to cost. I'm going to show you how to figure out where you should buy the property at. And if the deal's bad, don't do the deal. All right, let's get into the math. So here I have a simple live and flip calculator. I've got an example right here, and I'm going to walk you through how I'm calculating things, and you can have this live and flip calculator. But we've got the purchase price, how much is your down payment, what's your loan amount going to be, what are your closing costs going to be, how much are your renovation costs, what's your after renovation value, meaning like, hey, when this house is fixed up, what is the nicest house just like this one sold for in the neighborhood or close by, same school district, and how much profit do we want to make. The cool thing is you get to determine how much profit you should make, and that's going to determine your purchase price. Obviously, if you get too greedy with that, you're not going to be able to find a house at the price you want to buy because someone else will be willing to buy it at a lower profit than you, so it is a competitive thing. All right, so we're going to start with the after renovation value. Let's go with $800,000. Let's say we want our profit to be $100,000, and we think our renovation costs are going to be $75,000. Down payment, 5%, so let's just put that at $35,000 ballpark. Loan amount would be $590,000. Our closing costs are going to be about 4% of this, so we'll put that at $25,000. So if I have a house that's going to have after renovation value of $800,000, I want to make $100,000. I need to subtract my renovation costs, my closing costs, and that's how I get to $600,000. Okay, so let's do another quick one here. Let's say we want to do $350,000 ARV, a little bit lower budget. We're good with making $60,000. I think our renovation cost is $40,000 because we're doing a lot of work ourselves, but we need a lot of materials. Put our closing costs. Let's say we're gonna put, it's about $15,000 down, and let's say we're going to put closing costs around 4%. That's about $10,000. Okay, so that means our purchase price, if we got an ARV at $350,000, means our purchase price on this property would need to be $240,000. And our available credit, which is this HELOC, after we do these renovations and reappraise at this new ARV, this new after renovation value, will be $90,000. So this is a way to access your money without selling the house, called a home equity line of credit, or HELOC. This is a really important thing for me because I love using HELOCs to access the value that I just created doing my live and flip. So I know you're thinking, you're saying, Rob, sounds great, except I don't know how to choose any of these numbers. So let's talk about filling in these boxes so you get it correct. I want to say the first one is the ARV, which you don't want to overestimate because you want to be conservative, but you not even conservative, you just want to be accurate. Your realtor should be able to give you an after renovation value if they know the area, they know what this house should be worth. So they say, okay, hey, like, and they should be able to show you the data. Like, here's the comps that I'm going off of. Here's where I think the value could get to. So to get the ARV, you're going to look at the comps and basically come up with, okay, this is what makes sense that this house is going to be worth once we redo the kitchen, redo the carpets, paint it, you know, etc. Whatever you're going to do. The profit number, I'm usually targeting between $50,000 and $100,000 here, and it's important to have buffer. You don't want a $10,000 profit or a $20,000 profit because it's too tight. If you made any mistakes in your calculations, you could potentially lose money, and we're not here to lose money. We definitely want to make money. So have at least, I would say at least a $50,000 buffer there. But hey, if you're doing a bigger and bigger renovation, maybe you're even above $100,000 and what you expect back because you're doing, let's say, $1 million ARV. The closing cost one is simple. It's just about 4% of the purchase price. I'm going to recommend you do a low down payment in this scenario, a 5% down payment. And there's ways that you can get out of your mortgage insurance later. So I know this is all a lot, but there's a lot to go over here. And then the last thing is the renovation cost. Now, this you could bring through a contractor. Again, when I'm going through with a client as the realtor, I'm actually giving them some estimates of the repairs that I think, hey, this is a $60,000 repair, renovation. This is a $80,000 renovation. You got to do the roof, you got to do the kitchen. Roof's going to be 12, kitchen's going to be 20, this bathroom's going to be 6. Looking at all the different items that you got to do, basically listing them out, coming out with your renovation costs. This might be more of a material cost list if you're doing a lot of work yourself. But again, there's probably some contractors that you're going to have to involve for whatever reason. Okay, so that went through the math. I hope that was really helpful in helping you understand the basics. Of course, there's a lot of nuance to getting the math right, so work with someone who's experienced, get the right mentor in place so that you know what you're doing. That's what I did wrong, is I didn't really know the math. I didn't have anybody mentoring me, so I really lost on my first live-in flip. On my second live-in flip, I made hundreds of thousands of dollars, so it can really, really, really be important to know the math. Okay, on to the next lesson. That is financing options.